Markets? Wants to go for a walk outside the house with a friend? Introducing iCapital, where you can get investment advice on the go. It is accessible via app and website. Subscribe now to iCapital for stock news. iCapital is reliable because they thoroughly research listed companies, economies, and stock markets. iCapital provides a clear perspective of how markets interact and how it influences your investment. When investors and traders are debating whether to buy or sell their stocks, fret not, as iCapital will recommend Malaysian and global stocks. iCapital is available on Apple App Store, Google Play Store, and Huawei App Gallery. Download it now.
Hi, good morning everyone. I'm Fitra, your host for today. Welcome to our weekly Facebook and YouTube live. Don't forget to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, TikTok, and also subscribe to our YouTube and iCapital.biz for investment on the go. So do check it out as well. During the live session, if you have any questions, comments, or you have any suggestion for the topics that we should cover in our upcoming Facebook and YouTube live, feel free to comment down below as well. And today here with me, Mr. Tan Teng Boo. I believe you are all good with you, right?
Come again?
I believe like everything is good with you.
Yeah, everything is always good. Everything can always be better.
Yeah.
Everything can always be worse.
So today's topic is quite straightforward.
Mm.
Okay, and you know, right, WhatsApp is a common stay in Malaysia culture, and everyone use WhatsApp for everyday communication, from mundane conversation to important business communication. And WhatsApp has already become an integral part of Malaysian society. However, Teng Boo does not use WhatsApp. So the question is, why the real Tan Teng Boo does not use WhatsApp?
Yeah, good question. You have WhatsApp, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have a WhatsApp account. I don't have a personal Facebook account, and so on. For very simple reason. In the past I don't use uh, mobile phones. Right? Those who know me know that I don't use mobile phone. But then when the pandemic broke out, then I got no choice but to use, because you have to have My Sejahtera.
Yeah.
Remember, if you don't have that, then you can't do anything. You
Yeah.
cannot go anywhere. So I was forced, and I think My Sejahtera was the very first app that I ever used.
Oh.
I don't know what an app. I don't know what is an app before that. So, and once I got a smartphone, handphone, whatever you call it, then people say, "Oh, can I have your WhatsApp? Can I have this? Can I have your phone number?" And so on and so forth. Uh, Normally I don't give out my handphone number, and I don't use WhatsApp, but because people want to communicate with you, blah blah blah, and they say, why must send SMS, cost money, that kind of thing. Okay, compromise. I have a WeChat account. Right, WeChat. Why I chose WeChat and not WhatsApp? In Malaysia, just take as an example, I think we easily have 14, 15, 16 cases of people impersonating Tan Teng Boo in WhatsApp. I lost count. It's so we have lodged police report a few times already, and I've lost count as to how many impersonators there are of Tan Teng Boo in WhatsApp. There is not a single impersonation of me in WeChat. Zero. Right? Those of you who do not know WeChat, if you read about WeChat from the Western newspaper, the Western politician, anything from China, it cannot be trusted, whether it's TikTok, whether it's WeChat, or next time when you buy a Chinese air condition, anything that's from China is evil, it is lousy, it is untrustworthy. Now, I don't believe all those bullshit, right? So I'm not smartphone savvy. Many years ago, I don't even know how to make a phone call from a smartphone. Now, improve a little bit. I said My Sejahtera was my first app, right? And I did, of course, some research. Being a normally careful person, So I found out that, WeChat, once the person knows, in the case of WhatsApp, once the person knows your phone number, that person can communicate with you anytime,
Yeah.
whenever they want to.
Mm-mm.
So I said, then how about my own personal life, my privacy, I don't want, in the case of a phone call, if somebody calls me, right, in the olden days, right, when we don't have smartphone, when you have to use hello,
Yeah.
that kind of dialing phone, right? The person call you, oh, are you, can I talk to Mr. Tan, right? And then you say, oh, who are you, blah, blah, blah. And then we'll find out whether we want to take the call, right? But in the case of WhatsApp, no such security features are found. So any person, right, who doesn't know you, who is a genuine person, who is a con person, can actually connect you through WhatsApp. But WeChat cannot. One feature of WeChat is, look, if you want to connect with me on WeChat, I have to accept you first. If I don't accept you, you cannot connect me through WeChat, even though you may know my phone number. That is extremely important. Right? So in other words, I cannot let any stranger, and nowadays, your phone number is available everywhere.
Yeah.
Right? It's available in your wife's smartphone, in your mistress' smartphone, in your girlfriend's smartphone, right? In the bank, in your credit card, in the Shopee, in Lazada. It can be found anywhere, and once it's hacked, then all your personal details are gone. So anybody can contact you, right? But there's this extra level of security in WeChat. I don't know who you are. I don't know this number. Why should I let you? Why should I let you come into my world? This number, this whatever it is my world. I have the choice. So first lesson is throw away all your WhatsApp. No, you don't realize. Now this person who contacted us, right? Assuming that what this person told us is true, right? What the figures, what the story is true. This person lost 750,000 ringgit. Well, no, it's not 750, it's not 750, it's 750,000 with three zeros behind it. And that is a lot of money. And because if this person used, say, WeChat instead of WhatsApp, then, hey, who is this person? I don't want to be connected to this person. I don't know you. Because this person who contacted us has not heard of Tan Teng Boo before, has not heard about capital dynamics before. And yet, he joined this WhatsApp group and got cheated of 750,000 ringgit. If 750,000 ringgit is not important to you, it's not a lot of money to you, then never mind, go and use WhatsApp. But if it is important to you, make sure of your own security. I can communicate with people with WeChat in the same way, but I get extra security. So first lesson is, people who know me say, hey, can I have your phone number? Can I contact you through WhatsApp? I said, no, I don't use WhatsApp. I said, you install WeChat, I will connect with you through WeChat. So I have WeChat. And I have people I know, friends and all that, whoever wants to, business associate who wants to, we can communicate through WeChat. So why should you interact with the rest of the world on terms that are not in your favor? Why compromise your security when you have a better alternative? You don't hear. Our Malaysian government has recently announced that in the last couple of years, there are I don't know, I've forgotten the figure, there are like hundreds and hundreds of thousands of investment scams, right?
Yeah.
So this is how easy it is to get scammed, how easy to get cheated through this device. But this device, you can use it safely or you can use it carelessly. It's up to you, the person who is using that phone. I use it. If you ask me if I have a choice, I'll say throw away the smartphone. I prefer the old phone, the one where you got to dial in, right? Because it's a lot safer, and we never had such things before. If I have a choice, throw it. But okay, I don't have a choice, then use it carefully, use it safely. Now, because if you don't take care of yourself, who's going to take care of you? If you're not going to take care of your 750,000 ringgit, who's going to take care of you? I mean, a lot of people want your 750,000 ringgit, right? But if you are not, of course, there are elements of greed. Don't be too greedy, right? When people promise you, say, 20% return in 1 year, okay, maybe realistic, right? When a person promises you 20% return in 1 month, oh, jeez, please run away as fast as you can. Because not only you will not make 20% return in a month, you will lose, like in this case here, all your savings. And like I said, I don't know who these people are, these impersonators, these scammers, and in WhatsApp, we keep on reporting to Facebook and WhatsApp. I don't know what's wrong with Facebook and WhatsApp, right? They don't seem to take any action. They're only interested in getting advertisement revenue from you. They don't protect you. We are reported every time, and we get our staff, our people that we know to report these are cases to Facebook. But the impersonation continues. So something is wrong with WhatsApp. Something is wrong with WhatsApp, and what's wrong with you, the user? You already hear this type of stories, right? Now, you got to trust people, but don't be naive. Yeah, he says that. I mean, roughly, he joined this 2 WhatsApp chat group from Facebook within 1.5 months. They used to give free investment books to trick the readers, right? And once you join the WhatsApp chat, they will give you an ebook and later invite you to join the chat group. They will start sharing stock information, recommend stocks for you to invest in Malaysia, in US, in Hong Kong, right? And then all the recommended shares make attractive profit. Of course,
Yeah.
right?
You can tell.
They started providing the link to open an account to trade US, Hong Kong markets, right? And their partners or the teammates or whoever you call them are also inside the chat group. And they'll always show their profit to attract more investors. Not to attract more investors, to attract more greedy people, to attract more naive people who wants to make more money quick. Right? I mean, if somebody says, "Hey, I can make you 20% after 5 years," you first say, yeah, never mind lah, you know. But if I can make 20% in a month, oh, okay. Let me send you the money now, right? So if you're new, the teammate will keep in touch with you and pretend that the person is a new investor also to gain your trust and to encourage you to put money to invest. Blah 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 blah. And then when this person who shared this story with us said that uh, he or she, I'm not sure, make big profits from the IPO of these are Malaysian IPO, ADB and CEB. I'm not sure what this IPO are, right? And then he wanted to withdraw 400,000 from his account. That is when he couldn't withdraw a single cent. Right? When he wanted to withdraw, well, his money was frozen, and they requested this person who was cheated to pay a 25% profit gains tax. That means he has to pay another 100,000 within 7 working days to be able to get the rest. Of course, everything is gone. Now, like I said, this continues not only in Malaysia, it's in Singapore, it's throughout the world, and it's always almost 100% is always WhatsApp. So if I were you today, disinstall, delete your WhatsApp and install WeChat. And tell your friends the same thing. Look, you want to communicate. What is the purpose, right? You want to communicate securely, correct or not?
Yeah.
Let's together do WeChat. And it's not difficult. Okay? Now, for those of you, I mean, this person, we encourage this person to lodge a police report. If you don't lodge a police report, there's nothing you can do. But even with a police report, the chances of you recovering your money back is the chances of recovering whatever you lost is like 0.0001%. So in other words, you can treat it as gone forever. And a lot of times when these people get con, get cheated, they're very embarrassed. No, I mean, this person don't know. We don't know whether the name provided to us is true or not, right? But last year, I had an instance where this young lady, 30 plus lady, physically, we had a road show in Ipoh, a physical road show, and this young lady came and talked to me and whisper, Mr. Tan, can I have your phone number? So I was wondering, why is this young lady, 30 plus lady, want to have my phone number? I said, can you please talk to my staff? It turned out that she was gone. In this case, the amount is a lot smaller, but a lot of her savings are gone. She lost 30,000 ringgit in 1.5 months. Same scheme. This whatever scammer impersonated me, and then in this case, this young lady from Ipoh know about Tan Teng Boo, know about capital dynamics, right? Then they made profit for in 3 or 5 days. They made $600 for her. Oh, of course.
Yeah.
That's about almost 3,000 ringgit in just a few days. All that she put in. No. After that, the same thing kind of when she went to withdraw and all that, and all the money cannot be withdrawn, and all the people have disappeared. Now, we asked her to lodge a police report. She dare not, because she doesn't want the husband to know. She is embarrassed. So a lot of these things, these scammers are very smart. They know that, they know that you won't do anything, and they keep on doing it because they know you won't do anything, and you make yourself so vulnerable. And like this young lady, dare not tell the husband, but kind of whisper in my ear. And so, for those of you who have lost, who got scammed, or friends who have this type of experience, that's what we can do. We think is what we can do is we organize something. That means for those of you who have experienced this or who have experienced this, send us the details of your experience, plus especially your police report. Right?
Yeah.
Then we, as a group, we can I'm on my side, I can take the effort and take the lead to go and maybe consult a lawyer and see what are the possible actions we can take. Right? On top of whatever I know, the police report is to actually give you an official evidence that such and such incident, such and such con actually happened. That is important. Then maybe as a group, we get a lawyer to act for us, and then write to WhatsApp and Facebook and tell them, look, you have to do something about it. Look, Facebook is not innocent, WhatsApp is not innocent, because your platform allow people to cheat people. You are responsible, because if your platform doesn't exist, then this scam, this cheating would not happen. Like the old-fashioned phone, right?
Yeah.
The one where you got to dial, right? You can't cheat people. But with the smartphone, and then because Facebook and WhatsApp, you create this platform where people can be cheated. Facebook, whether you have a legal responsibility or not, I do not know. Right? That's where I need to consult the lawyer. But Facebook and WhatsApp, you have a moral responsibility. You know that this is happening all over the world. And what is Facebook and what is WhatsApp? What are you doing about this? All Mark Zuckerberg cares more profit for Meta, more profit for Facebook. All the cares, the more profit for them. But what about people who have lost millions? The figures that the Malaysian government gave was like in the billions of ringgit. Cheated. Hundreds of thousands of Malaysians. And this is only Malaysia. So we will organize. You give us your whatever documents you have. We will get a lawyer to consult the lawyer. Right. I mean, and then we'll see what the lawyer says. And the other thing I want to do is to write to our communications minister, Mr. Inche Fahmi, Now, recently, I think it was a week or so ago, he said that, I don't know whether he has followed up, he said that he will contact Facebook and ask Facebook to open a Malaysian office. Because this American social media companies, all the offices are in America and they don't care. Because under America, this sort of things is, under my First Amendment, I got freedom of all the freedom. But they never talk about responsibility. So Fahmi says he wants Facebook to open a Malaysian office so that all these complaints can be sent to and tackled by the Malaysian Facebook office. So we will get whatever evidence you have, we'll contact a lawyer, get legal advice. At the same time, we'll write to Encik Fahmi, our communication minister, and ask him, look, these are the things happening. Please get Facebook to open the office fast. So that at least some possible actions, I do not know, at least something can be done.
Yeah.
Right? Maybe you might not be able to recover the money, right? Because the scammers are probably don't know where they are from, But at least you can do some little good and make sure that a lot of other innocent, a lot of other greedy people will not be scammed in future.
But then how about someone who were forced to do it? Like Mr. Will Wen, I was forced to use WhatsApp because of work.
Oh my goodness. I do not know. Then you tell this company that if you suffer any losses, will the company be responsible for it? You are forcing me to use something that is not secure. And because of that, I suffer losses. So who's going to be responsible for that? Right? It's like you force me to use this car, and you know this car is not safe, and this car got into an accident. Then how? Didn't want to use the car, but you forced me to use that car when you know that this car has got a lot of faults and defects.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, now let me share, because now it's not so complicated. That's why, frankly speaking, you may think that because I'm 69, 70 years old, that I'm old-fashioned, blah blah blah. I honestly don't think that IT and the virtual world is progress. We are going backwards. Because for those of you who are in your 20s and 30s, you'll never live in a world where this thing don't exist.
Yeah.
Right? And I shared before, previously in the 60s, 70s, right? We've got telephone directory, physical book, right? Which is provided by Telecom Malaysia. Every telephone subscriber will be given a telephone directory, which is hundreds of pages. Right? I can show you a physical book. It's a physical book where all the telephone subscribers can have their names, full name, plus their phone number, plus their address inside the telephone directory. If let's say I still have the telephone directory from the 1980s, you want to look for my father's company, which is called Banseng Rubber. It's there, Banseng Rubber, 24 Pekan Melayu, Alostar, telephone number, this is all the information is there. Did we have any scam? Zero. Did we have all this kind of thing? Zero. That is the physical world. Why do I want this? And create a lot of, not only create a lot of cheats, a lot of scams, this handphone, this paper and this handphone, this one is the one that's destroying environment, this is the one that's creating extreme weather. This one doesn't. Right? Leaving environmental impact of a smartphone, right, which is destroying the environment, versus this which doesn't. Leaving that aside, now talking about IT and progress in technology, what we are facing now is in a way easier to handle. Now what is happening, the latest now, is the use of generative AI to scam people through smartphone or through the internet. Right? So what they do is, I mean, let's say this is not a physical, this is not a chat, not a video chat, a physical, interchange of messages, right? The generative AI now has reached a certain level of sophistication, right? So what they've done is they've trained that whatever it is, whether it's ChatGPT or whatever other program, right? They have trained that generative AI program to be able to, once they ask you a certain question and they know that you answer in a certain way, then the model, the machine has really taught this AI person to pretend to be a human being, right? So you can say that, oh, you can ask the what to call the person, the support person you're chatting with, are you a human being? The more that other side has been trained in such a way that the minute you ask this question, they know that they'll pretend to be a human being really. So of course they say, I'm a human being. Why I'm a human being? Then the person asks, I will ask, why are you a human being? Why am I so sure? They say, oh, because I got brains, I got emotions, I can feel. But it's all coming from an answer generated by this AI, because the generative AI is able to train this device or this whatever program to recognize that, okay, now I got to pretend to be a human being really.
It's very dangerous.
Right? So
Yeah.
the next time, look, but you have seen in so many of these AI generated, some of the girls are so pretty, right? But these are generated from AI. And you look, oh gosh, they're so pretty. Wow, body so nice, face so nice. But cannot, they're too perfect. Right? But it's so difficult to distinguish them. That is one level of the next level of scam. The other level, which is using AI, is even more frightening, because this is a real case. This happened in China. This guy lost 4.4 million renminbi, which is about 3 million ringgit. Right? What happened? WeChat can do video call. Right? You can do a call with video, with visual. So this scammer used AI to create a person that replicate the friend of this person who was conned. Let's say I'm the one who's conned, right? So you are the scammer, right? We are on a WeChat video call, right? So you create using AI a friend, a AI friend that really looks like my friend, and let this friend so-called talk to me.
Okay.
All right. So you remember my friend, but this person who got caught of 4.4 million didn't know that. Subsequently, then only found out. Then when I call my real friend, hey, did you do this to me? The friend said, no, I didn't even talk to you. I didn't. Then, but how come how come we had this conversation? Then only he realized that the scammer used AI to masquerade, to create a false friend of mine. This is not a story, this is not a fiction, this is a real case now, because the person who lost 4.4 million reported to the authorities in China.
Wow.
It's going to get a lot more difficult, because now what you're having now is the model that they are using now is, oh, they find WhatsApp group, get a few people of their friends to go inside there to convince you, entice you with huge profit, fast money, then you go. Now, when they use the generative AI to create another reality, then how are you going to distinguish? How are you going to be able to tell the difference? And it's all because of progress in technology. This is not progress, right? So the next level of sophistication, I mean, the current method where they use WhatsApp is really so difficult for authorities to catch. I don't know why the authorities, they have caught so many people. What the authorities should do is, those people that you have caught, release the names of these people. Yeah, Mr. So and so, Inche so and so, right? Whatever it is, release all their names so that the people in the street will know that, hey, these are the people who have been scamming others. At least we are on the guard, we are on extra alert. But they don't release, they just tell you so many people have been caught. Release them. These are crooks. We should know who the crooks are. right? So okay, the next level of scam is going to be much more difficult because they're going to use these scammers. I don't know where they are from. They're going to use generative AI to work together with them, and then I don't know. It's going to be. I
So,
mean,
guys, have you ever get scams or receive a message from scammers? To share with us in the comment section. So, note from Mr. Yu Kong Chong. I was offered an online job which I didn't apply. The best is I can choose not to work to get a 20K. The scammer keep convinced to click links sent to me.
so he can get 20,000 without having to work.
Yeah.
There you go. I think in the case of Mr. Chong, obviously, he saw
Free
through.
money.
He saw through. How can man buta gaji, right? Buta gaji is only for politicians, right? Where they get paid without having to work. It's only politicians who get buta gaji. Right? The rest of us got to work hard to get our gaji. So Mr. Chong is smart enough to see through this.
And also he adds that, well, fear and greed are the two-way scammers to con victims. Sadly, it's tested and proven with many falling into this trap. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, that's why you got to the best protection is you yourself, right? For example, a credit card. Let's say I want to authorize you, right? And then Citibank will call. Mr. Tan, I need to verify whether you authorize this person, right? So you know what I do? I'll tell Citibank when the person call me, right? Because they say, oh, I'm say Shamugam from Citibank. You're Mr. Tan, right? I want to verify this, right? Can I have your birthday? Can I have it? And so on and so forth, right? So I'll tell Mr. Shamugam, I want to verify you first. How do I know you're really from Citibank?
Oh.
Hey,
The
it's only over the phone, ma. You could be the scammer, you could be the con man who pretend, right? And ask me to verify and give. I will give you all my birthday. I'll give you my IC. I'll give you everything to a stranger on the phone. So I tell this person, I mean, Shamuga is just a fictitious name.
Yeah.
I want to verify you first. Oh, then he said, I'm from Citibank. I said, how do I know you're from Citibank? You could be from anywhere. I said, I give you my phone number. I said, yeah, you give me a phone number. Of course, it's your phone number, right? It can be anybody's phone number. They said, never mind. I'll let you talk to my manager. I said, look, this manager could be pakat with you. It could be your friend. Oh, yes, I'm the manager, Shamugam. How do I know you're the manager? So I'll verify the verifier. Right?
Yeah.
So you gotta be smart. I mean, look, if you're not smart enough and you're greedy, then you deserve. If you're not smart enough but you're not greedy, then maybe the chances reduce, right? But if you, like me, not so smart, but just be extra careful, right? Whatever they ask you to do, you say, I want to verify you.
That is interesting. I can
Huh?
try this later.
Because
Yeah.
just because this person called you, what, you think I can trust you like that, man? It means if somebody over the phone call you, hey, I propose, I want to marry you.
Just simply believe.
I got 1 million, I want to marry you. Can you say yes immediately? Can you give me your birthday? Can you give me your bank account number? Cannot now. You trust people. People are not out there to cheat you, but you cannot be too naive, right? And in this world of physical reality and virtual reality, you must be able to distinguish virtual reality is not reality. Virtual reality is virtual. Physical reality, I can tumbuk you. Virtual reality, I cannot tumbuk you.
Wow, that's
Right?
interesting.
So I mean, I don't know. People got to be careful. Don't. My parents, my grandparents always tell me, don't blame other people for being smart. Blame yourself for being stupid. That's why I always have this philosophy stuck in me. Right? Which is why when Citibank wants to verify me, I want to verify the verifier.
But then, according to the statistic, that over 2.24 billion people use WhatsApp monthly.
Yeah, what to do? That's why you got so many people got con.
Yeah, it keeps it keep increasing. But just like wanted to share with you, like because Mark Zuckerberg had announced that the WhatsApp has a new features, which is you can edit the text, the message that you send. because it appeals to the youngsters like me. Oh, like everyone wanted to use WhatsApp because of this. What do you think?
Whatever you can do, the scam also can do. It's also available to the scam. Right?
Yeah.
Whatever uh, power, whatever flexibility that's built inside there is also available to anyone. So the question is, you want to make use of it? Okay, you want to make use of the features in WhatsApp? Up to you. Just be careful. But you have to be careful all the time because you are vulnerable when you least expect it. If you're alert and you expect it, then you're a lot more careful. Therefore, you're not vulnerable. But it's when you least expect it, right? And then, especially now, but like I told you, I share with you using generative AI to scam people.
Yeah.
Then I don't know how you're gonna take care of yourself, right? And which is why I refuse to have internet banking.
Do you
Right?
have one?
I know.
Not even.
Why should I have internet banking?
Okay.
There's no what internet banking. I got to have username. I got to have password, which the bank may not keep safely. I use. You want me to pay? I sign a physical check for you. What's wrong with signing a physical check? Why must I do online transaction? The world existed for 1 million years without internet transaction. The world progressed 1 million years with physical things. The world progressed without this for million over years. So, I mean, that's why I don't have to worry about remembering password for my internet banking because I don't have internet banking.
So do share with us your experience. If you have you get any scams or anything that you want to share.
I think my message is whatever we talk about the technological progress, it is not progress. Yeah. You look at it from an environmental point of view, computers, this IT thing is one of the biggest source of environmental destruction. Okay, if you want, we can talk about this in the next topic,
Yeah, that's true.
right? Because just quickly,
Yeah.
quickly to produce this paper, you only need about 5-6 steps. Plant the tree, cut down the tree, process the tree, send it to paper mill, send it to the bookshop. That's it. About maybe 6 steps. How many steps are there to produce this one? You guess?
Maybe like 10.
Guess some more.
50.
First thing is, how many parts are there here? You got the plastic, you got the glass, you got the metal,
The chips.
the chip, right? How many components inside there, right? What happens when you buy a new phone? What happens to your old phone?
Destroy it.
Where?
For me lah, just throw in the rubbish or like.
Okay, you throw the rubbish. And then, sorry. Oh, you throw the rubbish, and then from the rubbish, where does it go? It cannot disappear like that, right? When it goes to the rubbish, where does it go? You see, you tak ingat. Not you lah, I mean your generation.
Yeah.
Your generation
We just don't care.
you
about
don't
it.
care, you don't think, you think I'm cool, I'm using iPhone 14. Hey, what the heck? Your iPhone 14 is destroying the environment. When you throw away the phone cannot be recycled. It has to be put in landfill or you take apart. Certain parts can be reused, most of the parts cannot be reused. When I don't want to use this anymore, when I throw this away, it will biodegrade because it's biodegradable. It falls back into nature. Or this paper can be recycled 7 times. This one cannot be recycled. And this one has got no toxic material. This one's got a lot of toxic material, toxic chemicals, which poison your water, poison your fish, poison your trees. Now, that's after it's been produced. What about before? This one, the trees you cut down, you can replant the trees, correct or not?
Yeah.
Right? You can do reforestation, right? Now, what is the chip made of? People say silica, sand. Right? So you look at the website of Intel, you look at the website of Infineon. Oh, our chip is made from silica, the second most abundant material in the world. is the impression they give you is that, oh, don't worry, you know, silica is commonly found in the world. That's bullshit. They don't use the sand, the silica from the river, from the sea. It's not pure enough. They have to use what is known as a high purity quartz, right? Which is like the percentage is extremely high, which at the moment, majority of it, I think 90% comes from only one single source, North Carolina in America. Yeah. So the silica that goes into this, goes into your computers, goes into your data center, your server, most of them comes from this place in North Carolina, and it's not planted, no. It's dug up from the mountain. So that means I mine the quartz, I mine all these things, the mountain is gone forever. You cannot replant a mountain because it's only nature that can create a mountain. Man, woman, we are supposed to be smart. We are stupid enough to destroy a mountain, we are not smart enough to recreate a mountain. So that is the source of the silica. And then even then, although it's high purity quartz, it's not pure enough, it has to go through. Now you heard of Intel, you heard of TSMC, right? Now before it goes to TSMC, now you know Intel gets the chip from TSMC, right? TSMC is the Taiwan semiconductor company, right? So you know Intel gets it from TSMC, but where does TSMC get it from? TSMC doesn't get it from the mountain, people who mine it from the mountain. Before it reaches TSMC, there are two more steps where they will refine the quartz, right, and then make it into ingots, the wafer ingots. That two steps. Now, when you make a paper, the highest temperature that you have to use is about 120 degrees or 140 degrees Celsius. That's the highest temperature to produce a paper. When you want to produce the wafer, what is the highest temperature that the wafer has to go through before it can be produced? What is the highest? This one is about 120, 140 degrees. This one is how many? 1,600 degrees Celsius.
Wow, crazy.
You know how much energy that consumes? You know how much heat it creates to produce every chip that you consume? Then after two rounds, then it goes to TSMC. TSMC, Taiwan Semiconductor Company, which America wants to relocate TSMC into America. TSMC, one single company, consumes as much electricity as the whole city of Taipei. And that's a lot of electricity. Taipei is a big city. So one single company which produces semiconductor consumes the same amount of electricity as the whole one large city. And that's only at TSMC. It hasn't even gone to Intel yet. And then after that, after Intel, then it goes to what is known as OSAT, the assembly and testing place, where they do the bonding, the fabrication, the packaging. And then a lot of, every step that I talk about, there are a lot of chemicals involved. And a lot of raw materials, right? To make the phone smart, supposedly smart, the manufacturers have to use rare earth, certain type of minerals that can only give you the feature of smartness. Then you got to mine again, right? And then what about the plastic? It's made from oil. What about the glass? You got to mine the silica and make glass. So the whole supply chain is complex. A lot of steps. And the worst part is by the end of it, after 2 years, you throw it away. Oh, jeez, isn't that destroying the world? Isn't that destroying nature? Isn't that destroying environment? And Apple, this is all profit-making people, right? Apple is so greedy that they tell you, you cannot, if your Apple is spoiled a little bit, you cannot repair Apple, no. You try and see, you got Apple, right?
Yeah.
You go try and repair your Apple and see. You're not allowed to repair your Apple. You can buy a new model,
Need to buy a new one.
but you cannot repair. So all for the sake of profit and greed, you are destroying environment. And then The young people all think, oh, cool, Mr. Tan using old paper, it's so old-fashioned. I'm so young, I'm using a smartphone, I'm environmental friendly, when they've been conned.
Okay, we got another comment from Yu Kong Chong. New trend now is scammers cheat people to use their accounts as mule account for scamming purpose.
New accounts, yeah.
And also from Teo Gyap Singh, WeChat, WhatsApp, or languages are just a tool. People use WhatsApp to cheat. People also use language to cheat. But that should not stop us from learning or using the tool. We should spend time to master or understand the tool.
Yeah, I agree. It's just that you got better tools.
Mm-mm.
You got a range of tools. Why should I use a tool, that creates a lot of dangerous side effects when I got a tool that doesn't have the side effects? Right? You got two medicine. One medicine gives you the same cure. The two medicine gives you the same cure. One got side effect. One doesn't have side effects. Why don't I use the one without side effects?
True.
Right. So anyway, I got distracted because it's all about technology. It's all about progress in that sense, right? I think there's no world authority which collects data to show how many people have been scammed, how many people have been cheated, what is the amount, and how many people's entire savings have been destroyed. And in the first place, it shouldn't have happened. Right? You see, like when Lehman Brothers went bankrupt, a lot of people were affected, especially in Singapore and Hong Kong, in Asia Pacific, Malaysia, because there were no salespeople selling you Lehman Brothers bonds as AAA as very safe investment, because we don't have this type of private bankers. Hong Kong and Singapore got. Then the investment bankers will go out and tell people, the retirees, oh, this bonds from Lehman Brothers is AAA, is very safe. You don't have to worry. But they're not telling you the truth. That's why Lehman Brothers went bankrupt, and then these people lost the money. So what do? The government has to take action to protect these sort of things from being repeated. But when so many people have been scammed, so much money has been lost, the government hasn't done anything. Or the technology companies, the Zuckerberg, hasn't done anything. What has he done to prevent these scams? Yes. Can we look at the comment again?
Yeah.
Right. You don't want to stop using it, but the company responsible for creating the tool is like, I create a new tool for you, a knife, right? But the knife is dangerous. Or I manufacture a car for you and you know that the car is defective. You have to make sure that the car is not defective. Here, Facebook, WhatsApp, Zuckerberg knows that it's being used. So come on, do something. Yeah.
Oh, so I think that's all for today's. Share with us if you find our topics today is interesting. Share with in the comment section below. So thank you so much for watching the live session, and don't forget.
More importantly, because today's topic on why I don't use WhatsApp is because one of our viewers suggested the topic because he or she lost 750,000. Right? It's not just losing 750,000. Right? If I bought a car and the car is defective, right? The brakes doesn't work. I can take Honda or Toyota to court and sue them for negligence because you produce a car that's defective. This person who lost 150,000, you cannot even take Zuckerberg to court. You cannot even take Meta to court. How can they have something, a tool, but it's being produced and nobody's responsible for it? So when you have other suggestion topics that you want us to talk about, please send it to us, and I'll talk about it. I'll discuss about it very passionately, very emotionally.
And reminder for you, if you receive any WhatsApp group that impersonating Tan Teng Boo, remember it's not the real
Because I
Tan
don't
Teng
use
Boo.
WhatsApp.
Yeah.
I don't use WhatsApp. And then for those of you who want investment advice, right, that is not out to cheat you. Yes, of course, some investment advice is good, some are bad, but the intention is not to cheat you. If you want investment advice, right, subscribe to iCapital.
Yeah.
Look, iCapital, the internet version is only 49 ringgit a year. 49 ringgit a year. That means one day or so, what, 10 cent, 20 cent?
Mm-mm.
It could have
Less than
saved,
that.
it could have saved the person 750,000 ringgit. So if you want, our website is 49 ringgit a year. If you want the print edition together with the website, it's 99 ringgit a year. So
Yeah.
don't be penny wise, pound foolish.
Yeah, so don't forget to subscribe to our iCapital.biz for the investment on the go. And if you have any suggestion for the topics that you want we to cover in our upcoming Facebook and YouTube live, do let us know. So we'll meet again for the next live session. Thank you, everyone. Happy weekend.